What is going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well today. As we all know, lately I've been back on Battlefield 1, trying to take a little bit of a break from Battlefield 5. However, since I've been back on Battlefield 1, it's been highlighting for me some major improvements that have happened in Battlefield 5's life cycle. Like every game, there's always the good and the bad, and even though lately it's felt like there's been more bad than good in Battlefield 5, after playing some Battlefield 1, there's some glaring improvements Battlefield 5 has brought to the table. This is all from my experience, of course, so if you feel like there are others that I've missed that stand out to you, do let me know in the comments down below. But today, I'm going to try to focus on some that have really stood out to me since the couple of weeks I've been back on Battlefield 1. So let's start off with the first one here, the high explosive tripwire from Battlefield 1. Wow, what an absolute game-killing, deflating experience to have in a Battlefield game. Now, I know Battlefield 5 is just getting out of its own little tripwire problem, but it is nothing like this high explosive bomb in BF1. I had actually completely forgotten how bad this was, and now remember, this really began to sap the life out of me slowly back when I was playing BF1 before BF5. I mean, you'll be playing, getting so into the game, and then suddenly you're dead. It's such a weird and terrible experience because it's such a random death that you want to just brush it away from it being something you really need to watch out for until it happens again and again. And then suddenly you're constantly watching wherever you're walking the ground, really slowing the pace down in Battlefield, and just takes you out of that Battlefield experience. Now, I know it's as easy as shooting the tripwire on the ground, but like there's no mistake from this. Even if your teammate trips it and you're running away, you're dead. That thing was so devastating, and if I remember, it picked up its power during the latter half of Battlefield 1's life cycle, because I don't remember this at the beginning half of Battlefield 1 being this powerful. I think it really picked up the second half of Battlefield 1's life cycle, and it was almost completely just ruining everything for Battlefield 1 for me right before Battlefield 5 was starting, because this dumb little thing on the ground that was almost contributing just to the end-all experience for me where I never want to come back to Battlefield 1. Now, I understand from the scout perspective that they're having a completely different experience, but it's nice to see on Battlefield 5 it was at least going to take 2 of these to kill you, and that they have now made improvements to make it more survivable. I still think they could make more improvements to the tripwires, and that doesn't always mean buffing it more, but just making improvements that can make the gameplay fun for people using and not using this type of gadget. But I'll tell you what, after playing Battlefield 1 for a little bit, you quickly realize how good you have it in Battlefield 5 when it comes to these things. The next glaring improvement on Battlefield 5 is the spotting. It's almost shocking how easy it is to spot someone on Battlefield 1. Like, it was really this easy. That's incredible that we were actually playing a game that made spotting this easy. I mean, I can literally be battling someone and they're running away, and they're a little bit out of my range to finish them off, and I'll just quickly throw my arm out and say something in German, and there you go. You're now on spot. And you can be guaranteed every teammate of mine on the map is coming for you. I sometimes think how maybe spotting would have improved some of the visibility issues Battlefield 5 had, but then I quickly turn around and think literally everyone would be spotting even more. And there'd be a bunch of red icons, or how people called it in Battlefield 1, Doritos running around everywhere. Now, there's still spotting in Battlefield 5, of course, but not every class can do it, and there's much more needed to be done than just clicking one button that doesn't alert the player at all that they're on their spot. At least I can get a little bit of an idea what my situation is if I have a support or scout class shooting at me, because depending on the combat role they have equipped, we'll put players on spot. So at least that's a little bit of a giveaway to me that there's some type of warning that I could possibly be under spot. Now, there are other ways to spot players, mainly for the recon class, but not trying to debate if those are good or bad things in Battlefield, but just to compare it from where it's come from in Battlefield 1. And I'm at least fairly confident that how spotting was in Battlefield 1 isn't the way to go. So seeing how it is in Battlefield 5 to me is much improved. Now, here's an improvement that actually makes me the saddest, to be honest, guys, because I feel like because of how choppy the performance has been in Battlefield 5, that I'm not sure really how well this is actually standing out for me and how much possibly more I could be missing out. But what really stands out enough to make it on the list is the gunplay. I mean, the gunplay just feels so much more rich in its performance, keeping things out of Battlefield 5 like random bullet deviation, suppression affecting gunplay, and just overall diving into the gunplay more and really making this a first-person shooter. It's amazing. And again, to me, a little bit sad how the performance has been so poor for me, at least in Battlefield 5 with its hit registration, getting shot around corners, and we also have meta issues that are going to have to be addressed with how powerful medium machine guns are, and things like the TTD, the time of death, and how attrition plays this role. But despite all that the gunplay has kind of been like in Battlefield 5, it still stands out for me. And something I really hope continues in every Battlefield game, because when it comes to maps and guns, I mean, this is what makes Battlefield in my opinion. So to see things like this built upon and improved is really going to keep bringing me back to playing Battlefield games. And then finally, surprisingly too, actually, the most glaring improvement in Battlefield 5 for me is the movement. Now, I will say, I think if the performance improves in Battlefield 5 for me, the gunplay would be the most glaring. Not that I was trying to rank all these in order, but the first, by far, most glaring thing in Battlefield 5 did compared to Battlefield 1 is this movement. I actually had a comment today during the making of this video of someone highlighting a moment in one of my no-HUD captures where I believe they were trying to highlight my character laying down on his back and firing his gun. It's movement improvements like this that stand out all the time when you're going back and playing BF1. A couple specifically too. The first is jumping through windows. Who would have thought something as simple as jumping through a window when you're battling enemy players and you want to just easily bust through the glass, but you can't, and instead you gotta fire your gun, break the glass, and then jump through it. Who would have thought that being able just to jump through the window and use your body to break the glass would improve the game so much more and just really just make it cooler overall. So it's really surprising how that simple of a feature when playing Battlefield 1 is noticeable all the time. It just makes the game flow so much better. Another one that didn't even come out at launch but came out not too long ago was the ability to roll onto the ground to reduce damage. I'm still not using this as much as I should, but I really do hope they keep this feature in future Battlefield games, because again, not only does it feel more badass, but like I can actually jump from higher distances and not be dead instantly. There's countless times on Battlefield 1 where I'm like, can I make this jump, and then I'm just dead. At least this feature gives you a chance to jump from above and make a play and not risk breaking your legs and being dead right afterwards. Now, I'm not trying to say we should, start jumping from bridges and things like that, but how it is in Battlefield 5, from reasonable distances where you can land like this. But like I was saying, I hope they continue this feature, especially this jumping one, because I'm going to start getting so used to this land and roll feature that it's really going to mess me up if they end up removing it in future Battlefield titles. But those were some features that really stood out for me, guys, that Battlefield 5 has improved on. So I would really like to hear what you guys think about what has been improved from Battlefield 1 to Battlefield 5. Feel free to let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. But that is it for you guys today. I always appreciate you guys being here. I am Livin', and I'll catch you guys again later.